Okay, this is how I almost signed my very first major record deal, but didn't, and kind of got screwed out of one of my biggest songs to date. Now, I've only publicly shared this story once before, and it wasn't on YouTube, so I figured, why not? I'll do it now. But before I spill the tea, be sure to hit your boy with a like and a subscribe. Really appreciate it. All right, so back during the start of the pandemic, when everyone was on lockdown, we were all locked inside of our houses with nothing to do, I decided, why not? I'm going to start posting more on TikTok. Fun times, right? Back then, it was still primarily an app for these silly little dances, kids making up these funny dances, but I kind of saw an opportunity to start sharing my beats. And why I saw that opportunity is because I started to notice on my feed these videos popping up with the split screen. People were taking other people's videos, adding their own videos on top of it. And I later came to find out the name for this feature was called the duet. So that got me thinking, what if I post my beats on TikTok and let artists, rappers, singers duet my beats? Kind of dope. I don't see anyone else doing this right now, so I'm going to jump on this wave. I'm going to try it. Within a few months of doing that, I went from literally having a couple hundred followers on TikTok to having a couple 100,000 followers. And my very first viral moment on TikTok with a song called So Pretty that was created over a beat duet. And every day it was getting millions and millions of views and thousands of new duets to this beat. It was nuts, pure insanity. And with that type of momentum on a song, I'm sure you guys can guess what happened next. Record labels. Every single record label in the world was on my line, sliding in my inbox, wanting to get on Zoom calls with me. And guess what? We took every single one. But here's how most of those calls ended up going. Kato, we love what you're doing on TikTok. This So Pretty song is going crazy. That's amazing. We want to talk to you about it. But after taking a bunch of these calls and explaining that I wanted to use TikTok to find more artists and sign them to my label, I realized one thing. Nobody really got it. They were all more interested in just owning a piece of the song. It was like a sea of hungry sharks that smelled blood in the water, and I was right in the middle of it. Now, there were a few labels that kind of got it, like Def Jam, but they weren't willing to pull the trigger and take a chance on an unknown producer that just blew up on TikTok. And yes, there were actually some labels who had no idea what I had done prior to getting on TikTok. And so that sent me a message. That told me something, right? And to make matters even more interesting, the artist that initially did the duet over my beat and that I ended up hitting up Tyga to get on the remix for, she signed a deal with Republic Records before we could even put out the song. Now, Republic is under Universal Music Group, which is arguably the biggest record label in the world. But she didn't only sign to Republic, she ended up signing to none other than Tyga. I'll give it to Tyga. It was a smart play on his side, and he scooped her up when I brought him into the situation before anyone even had a chance. I can't be mad. It was just business. But we went from planning to release So Pretty completely independently because it already had so much traction on TikTok. Rihanna Maria, Kato on the track, to now Republic Records telling me they don't want Kato on the track on the song. They want to take me off and just keep Rihanna Maria. Now, in retrospect, I get it. I wasn't signed to them. Why should they promote me, right? After all, I'm just a TikTok producer to them, right? But at the same time, I felt like nobody was really acknowledging that if I decided not to post this beat on TikTok and not to reach out to Rihanna Maria to produce the full song and not spend my own money to get the song recorded and mixed in her hometown of Melbourne, Australia, and not reach out to Tyga to get him on the remix, none of this would have happened. And that's what I felt like nobody was really respecting. And sure, she made a 20-second video which went insanely viral, which was dope. And I don't want to take that away from her. But again, all of this started from me. That was the genesis. So to end this whole story, we ended up negotiating a pretty solid deal with Republic where I get 3 points on the master, 50% of the publishing, and a $25,000 advance, which was nice. Biggest advance I've received to date. But was it as nice as owning half of the song independently? No. Especially not at the 100 million streams that it sits at today. That would have been some serious bread. But hey, that is the music business. You'll eventually, if you're in it for long enough, you will get taken for a ride and learn things the hard way. It's inevitable. But that's actually a good thing. It means that you're doing something right. That means that you have created something special that people see the potential in. And I can guarantee you, no human being on earth ever became successful in their field without failing over and over and over. That's how I've learned some of my greatest lessons. And that's why I ended up not signing a deal with a major label. And that's why I'm able to sit here in front of you today and share my experiences with you. Because I'm still here and I'm still learning every single day. 15 years after I made my very first beat in my college dorm room. So when artists tell me that they're afraid of trying things because they might fail, I see that as you doing a disservice to yourself. You're literally stunting your own growth and your progress. So my message for this video is to be fearless, fall forward, and trust the process. Those 3 things. Thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Also, drop a comment below if you've ever had your own bad experiences or horror stories being a music creator. I love hearing from you guys, and it might inspire my topic for my next video. So, thank you for watching. Much love. Peace.